extremely proud of our kids and coaches. During adversity in life, you find out a lot about people, everyone. You find out a lot about who is really who, and that's what we challenged our kids with this week. Is man, you play out of love and passion for 60 minutes, and that will be good enough at the end of the day for us. We can look each other in the eyes and know we did it the way we're supposed to do it. And unfortunately, the scoreboard validates that tonight. Sometimes it doesn't, but tonight it did, and extremely proud of our coaches and our kids. I mean, they just had a good game plan. Special teams was really good because they had some really dangerous cats that you want to be careful with, and I thought our guys managed that well. Defensively, we stopped the run. I thought our coverage was good against some really talented guys. Offensively, we committed to running the football. We were real balanced. Got 93 plays and 52 rushes, 41 passes. Didn't finish it as clean as we would like to. Chad had some really big plays and had some that he's got to improve on. Got to coach him better to finish games that way. But couldn't be just so happy for our guys, for our fans, for our team.
All right, raise your hand. We'll bring a microphone to you.
Hugh, can you comment specifically on Laramie's game, what you saw from him, but specifically how he helped you against Miles Garrett?
Well, I'll have to watch the film. I mean, I can't tell what every play happened. That's a great matchup, two quality players that are two of the best in the nation. You know, I can't tell you exactly. I know this, having him back and us being able to move everybody back to their original spot that we had planned on starting the year, obviously, you know, made some positive impacts for us. We rushed the ball extremely well against a defense that, with the exception of one game, really hadn't given up much. So I think part of that has to do with Laramie being back.
Any more update on Christian Morris?
I didn't. I don't know anything. I mean, you guys talk to the medical staff before I do, so I don't know. I have to talk to the medical staff. I know that there was an issue right at half. That's all I know. I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet.
Like you bluntly said last week that the secondary just wasn't getting it done. Tonight they obviously got it done. What was the difference in your mind?
Well, you know, preparation was a bit different. You know, I think just the, you know, your back's against the wall and you have to hear all the noise, and there's people that criticize fairly or unfairly, and you got to handle that, and then you got to bow your neck and you got to fight. And I thought the leadership from Trey and Hilton was really nice, and I think we practiced a little differently, which when you have so many injuries like we've had on the defensive side, you're almost a bit anxious to do that, but just knew we had to after the way we played the last few weeks. And you know, maybe it's their focus, maybe it's we coached them better. We definitely practiced differently. It's probably a combination of all.
You mentioned, being able to put guys back in a position on the offensive line. What is Laramie coming back tonight as far as the balance and being able to string some of those long pass plays together early for that first touchdown drive?
Well, you feel like you don't worry quite as much about where you sort the front because you're okay with him having a one-on-one. You really feel like he's going to win his share of those, so it kind of gives you some freedom to call things that Chad doesn't have to slow down and reset the front, and then just making sure we get time to throw it. You know, against rushers like they have, they're the most talented we've seen at defensive end. And Laramie just gives you a chance every snap to win that. And Vaughn is much better at right. I mean, it's a different animal. And being able to move him back over there, I think he had more of a comfortable night.
You might be kind of a silly question, but after the loss against Memphis and having the morale be kind of weird or whatever it is, to have a win like that, what could it do to propel you for the last 4 games? I mean, what could it do for the team?
We'll play one at a time. And I'm excited about our kids and our players tonight, and hope that we'll mess it up again, I'm sure, in my career here, so y'all let me know when I do that. I hope you let them know when they get it right too, and that's what, I'd rather talk about that than 2 weeks ago.
You talk about, though, being in position, though, to still control what's going to happen to you beforehand.
We got Auburn next week. We're going to enjoy the night, and then we're going to go and beat Auburn at their place in a difficult environment on the road. We haven't handled the road real well. I'd rather play at home, but maybe Gus will be a good friend
Let's play.
and let us play at home. I doubt it, but we've got to prove we can go on the road and handle it.
Hugh, did you see something, either with their defense or having Laramie back that made you believe you were going to get the run game going?
I felt all week like it's very difficult for me we haven't been great at running the football. I have said that. But what doesn't always get seen is, and there's a lot of times we have runs called that they give us a look that we throw a pass on. And that yardage doesn't ever get tallied in. Well, tonight, they play too high. So all those tags are not there, and we're handing it off, and and having Laramie back and everybody getting moved around, gave us some comfort level. So, do we need to improve that? Obviously, yes, and we did tonight, and we'll try to build on that.
Hugh, when did you know that you weren't going to have Robert, and how does it, when you don't have him, how does that change how you guys call the game defensively?
It didn't change it at all, our game. We might have played a little more odd front if he were here. But I found out probably we had our first team meeting at 10 this morning, or 10:30. And right after that is when the medical staff contacted me and said he was having some headache symptoms.
Can you talk about what you guys did defensively against Kyle Allen, especially after the first quarter?
We've played some pretty good defense the last few years. We've played some pretty bad at times this year. We didn't put anything new. We just kind of worked on the stuff and tried to get better at the stuff and give our kids confidence, man. When we lost Tony Connor, Isaac Gross, and C.J. Johnson, we lost confidence. That Isaac Gross and Tony Connor are football players that kind of everybody looked to when somebody scored or somebody had a big play. C.J. Johnson the same way. I think I can't overstate the importance of having him back tonight. No one's really talking about it, but that guy people look to, and he's been in the battles, he's been in the wars, and he refused to let us. We just play the next play, and hopefully we might get Tony back. I don't know, but we lost some confidence somewhere in there when we lost those guys. And hopefully we found it tonight.
And anything on Christian Morris? Did you see what happened?
No, somebody asked that. I have no idea. I don't have a clue. I hadn't talked to the medical staff yet. I know that they just told me that he had an episode or something at halftime, and they had to take him to the hospital. But I haven't talked to him yet.
All right, we'll take questions in the back of the room.
Hugh, does a game like this kind of restore a little bit more confidence in the running game moving forward?
I would say so. I mean, we rushed for 230 tonight, and we're very balanced. So, every week, like I said earlier, we were built on taking kind of what the look is post snap, and they give us those looks. Hopefully, we can take some confidence from this and be able to rush the football.
You said that you haven't been able to obviously watch the film, and you know, maybe the film will tell a different story, but watching Tonsil out there tonight, didn't seem like he missed a beat. Did he get much reps going into this week? I know he wasn't able to play, but I'm just curious about that.
Yeah. Previous to this week, he would go with the twos every other series. So he was getting some of the strength staff to condition him, but you still can't get him ready for, like that first drive we had, I don't know how many plays it was, but we had to pull him out because, you know, the adrenaline, the emotion, and, you know, I said, man, you need some oxygen, don't you? And so we kind of protected him tonight some as far as the number of plays. I don't know how many he played exactly, but I expect that to build quickly.
Coach, with the way Breland's played in Rob's absence, have y'all considered maybe putting him right up here?
I got you.
Have y'all considered putting Breland and Rob on the field at the same time, just based on how Breland's played this like last week?
Every week's different. We'll look at it. I mean, we don't like for those guys to play but about 40 snaps a piece. But Breeden certainly is playing well. Proud of him.
All right, we'll take questions down low now.
Two things, seemed like you got a boost out of Akeem Judd tonight. Also, when you decided to move Fadal Brown inside.
This morning, about 10 o'clock, when we got the news that Rob wasn't going to play, and then Marquise kind of went down for a couple series too. So we've had our share of adversity there, and you know, that's something Kiff has done a little bit just in case. But really this morning, Fadal actually missed practice Thursday and Friday also. And so we weren't sure if we were going to have him. He gutted it out and played well.
Judd?
Keem played solid. I've always felt like he could. Yeah, I think all of those guys can add something to us. And you know, tonight, when you're effectively getting stops on the defensive side to give you the number of possessions, you're able to rotate guys in and give them carries, and that gives them the opportunities that they've prepared for. And he made the most of his tonight.
All right, one last question.
Coach, you've already kind of hit on it. If you would, please talk about the importance of the return of C.J. Johnson, the impact he made on your defense emotionally.
Yeah, I said I couldn't overstate the importance of it. You know, he's just he's a heck of a football player, and heck of a leader, and so valuable to our football team. I really hope that thing, that knee is calm tomorrow, and it's not, because he played a lot of snaps, and he may have rushed it back a little bit, but he made a difference tonight for sure. Do you have another question, Ben?
Yeah, I was just gonna follow up about Breeden. Last 2 weeks in a row, he had stepped in the car. He was causing all kinds of disruption.
Yeah, it seemed like he played a lot of snaps tonight, and you know, hopefully we'll get Rob back next week and can either use both of them or split the reps where they can sustain that high level of play throughout the rest of the year.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll have players in shortly.